Breaking news, Nigerians. A high court in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, has issued a public summon against the former Kogi State Governor Yahaya Bello over his ongoing alleged money laundering and corruption case, initiated by the Economic and the Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC). Bello had previously been declared wanted over allegations of money laundering and corruption to the tune of 80.2 billion naira. In September, the EFCC filed fresh charges against the wanted former governor, accusing him of another 110.4 billion naira fraud. However, all efforts made by the PDP to get Bello arrested had been thwarted by political interference. In September, the former governor honored the EFCC's invitation, but he was accompanied by the Kogi State Governor Usman Ododo, and the anti-corruption agency asked him to leave, blaming its refusal to detain him on his decision to come with the governor, who has immunity. The EFCC operatives later stormed the Kogi State Government Lodge in Abuja in an attempt to arrest the former governor, and the siege was announced by the director of Yahaya Bello's media office, who raised the alarm in a statement titled, "Despite voluntary visits, the EFCC officials surrounded Kogi Government Lodge in Abuja in an attempt to forcefully arrest the former governor Yahaya Bello." Guys, in a court document released to the public on Friday morning by the EFCC, Justice Miriam had issued a public summon compelling Bello to appear before the court on the 14th of November 2024, and the summon was dated October 3rd, 2024. And guys, the court have summoned Yahaya Bello to appear before the FCT High Court of Justice sitting at the Mitama axis in Abuja on the 14th of November 2024. So he is summoned by the courts. Now we know Yahaya Bello for who he is. Yahaya Bello doesn't answer to anyone. He doesn't answer to the EFCC. He doesn't answer to any security agencies. Neither does he answer to the summons of the judiciary. So you see, Yahaya Bello is above the law. Yahaya Bello is above the rule of law in Nigeria. I really hope come November, the court will see what Yahaya Bello is truly made of, because this will make it the second time Yahaya Bello has skipped court summons. He did not appear before court summons. Now, how sure are they that Yahaya Bello would appear in this court come November? How sure are they that Yahaya Bello will appear? So Yahaya Bello has never appeared for arraignments. He's always keeping, being arraigned. He doesn't appear. Sometimes his lawyers, they go to represent him in courts. But Yahaya Bello never shows his face. That shows he's a big man. Nigerians are trying to get over this Yahaya Bello's situation, because the rule of law seems to be a joke in Nigeria. It's only in Nigeria a governor will have immunity to an extent. He won't be arrested even if there are corruption charges against him. You will not see such a thing out of the country, no matter who you are. I mean, once they found you guilty for that offense, you are going down. You are going down. You will be tried. You will be prosecuted. If possible, you will go to jail. But in Nigeria, the EFCC will know your location and they will still declare you wanted. They will know that you are in the country, and yet you'll be a wanted man in your own country when you've not even left the country. Not as if they don't know your location. They do know your location, but because of one political influence or the other, they choose not to fish you out because you're a big fish. But when it comes to the small fishes, the EFCC tend to go after them. All those small boys, they tag them internet fraudsters. Once they see that they have fine cars and all of that, they are the easy catch. But they don't go after the big fish, which are the politicians. And even if they do, the court will now arraign them and they will be granted bail to the tune of how much they have stolen. If a politician steals about 1 or 100 billion naira, the courts will grant them bail of 50 or 500 million naira. You see, not even up to 1% of what they've stolen. And at the end of the day, they will share the money amongst themselves, and everybody will go home. There will be no punishment for their crimes whatsoever. That is why this corruption keeps on, continuing. It wouldn't end until politicians are made to answer for their crimes. Else, they will keep on stealing. They will keep on looting. They will keep on, stealing Nigeria's resources for themselves, because they know at the end of the day, no tangible justice or judgment will be melted on them. So they can easily walk scot-free. What's stopping Yahaya Bello from appearing before the court, even if he claims he is innocent? Yes, you are innocent until the court, proves you guilty, right? So why is Yahaya Bello not approaching the court to defend himself? Why is he resisting arrest from the EFCC, but went there on invitation and they couldn't arrest him, even if they had concrete evidence against him? Nigeria is a failed nation. This dirty system has gotten out of hands, and the system is so corrupt. It is so rotten. How many times are they going to summon him, and how many times is he not going to answer their summon? When will they learn that Yahaya Bello is a big fish? Yahaya Bello will not appear before this court. So summoning Yahaya Bello is like wasting time. But come November, we shall know. Only time will tell if he will appear or not. But I feel in this whole Yahaya Bello versus EFCC saga, I'm sure there is compromise somewhere. Yes, there is compromise somewhere, because this EFCC, they are not taking this Yahaya Bello's case seriously. Had it been Yahaya Bello were to be an opposition party member, who knows what would have happened to him by now? Look at Godwin Emefiele. Look at Godwin till date. Godwin Emefiele is still in court. He's still in court. So how come? How is it that they are now pointing who they will prosecute and who they wouldn't prosecute? That was how they got hold of the former Taraba State governor, a former governor of Taraba State. He went to court and he was granted bail to the tune of how many million naira over how much corruption charges that was levied against him by the EFCC. And at the end of the day, he got to his house walking scot-free. No punishment meted on them whatsoever. So Nigerians should know that this EFCC and Yahaya Bello's case is indeed compromised. Something is fishy. And I'm sure they are deliberately doing all these things so that Nigerians will get to a point whereby they will forget about it and they can easily sweep this issue under the carpet. I'm dropping here. Kindly share your thoughts on this in the comments section. Thank you.